Right, so we're just doing online training using the Kindness Credits accounts. We're inside a Kindness Credit account now. And these are all the stages, the different columns at the front end. Your assignment of credit, this is the equivalent of the red paper. And so in here, what is the account name? Might be Piraeus Bank, it could be DE, it could be Hellenic Republic. So we're going to put Hellenic Republic in there. What happens in the background, whatever you put in here, all ends up going back to Hellenic Republic or Her Majesty's government anyway, because of your taft number that this is all accounted for here with this new reference number. So your Kindness Credit account reference number is your new accounting system, like your national insurance account or AFME version. And your Minister of Ven number is the equivalent of your taft number. Okay. So those you're assigning the credit which you were going to credit Hellenic Republic. In the background, Hellenic Republic has got an account and it's in debt to 37 quadrillion with 1% interest every day. So whatever it is that you're going to put in here now, so it's Hellenic Republic, it might be RVA, it'll be discounted. Then the amount, let's say you're going to put in 1,000 against DE. It's a DE bill. DE are asking me to pay 1,000 slave tokens to them. So I put in here DE, their contact details, whatever contact name it is. Let's put Mickey Mouse in there. Their reference would be your AFME number. The date that you assigned the account. So on your red paper, you'll see it's got a date of assignment. If you have to go backwards, you use this, and you put in the date, the same date that's on your red paper, and then you click add. Now
here we don't put.
You can put Syntagma, Hellenic Republic, where new local police station. You could put the Epigratia. The postcode, the Eporia, it could be KEP, it could be it could be who else? Anybody who's trying to trespass on you with false claim, who sent you a bill?
Enfia. Okay, Enfia.
Because if you were going to pay them, like we said before, your debt, your belief in the debt would be their credit. You would be crediting their system. So what you're doing now is you're taking what you would have credited their system and you're saying, this is what I've saved out of the system. Instead of it always being the world's debt is this amount of trillion, actually the world's credit is this amount that I haven't put in their system. I'm crediting Kindness Credits now, crediting DKO credit, Kindness Credits with this energy of mine. So then when you click add there, it'll create an entry ledger. So let's do this. Let's do Hellenic Republic. It's in capitals. Not that it really matters because it's not fiction. Republic, but for those out there who like a bit of syntax, we're going to put Syntagma. Athens, Mickey Mouse, AFME, so put Mitsotakis. And the date that you did the assignment was?
I didn't make the red.
It's okay. You've done the assignment there. And now it's given you this is your online ledger book. So to have a trust or to have even like your bank account, you've got a ledger now. It's got an ID reference number. And it says that on this day, this account number, administered by Minister of Ven 2215 or whatever, has assigned has retired from crediting this account and has uploaded it into the Kindness Credit system to be discharged. Now, so if I come out of there, the postal receipt, that's the date that you sent a copy of the red paper. Let's go back in there and cover that bit. So here, if you want to edit anything, you click that little button there. And then here you choose a file. So this is a copy of, let's say, of your red paper.
You send there the copy?
Yeah, you sent them the red copy.
Okay.
A copy. And the
And how this goes to them?
you put it in the post to serve it on them.
You need to put an address on.
Yeah, you put their address on that. But this most people, what they do is they go to the police station and they give their taft back. And then you have a record, or you have a receipt, you have a piece of paper that says you haven't got any papers.
You give back to.
Yeah, you go into the police station and you say, I've been using this, it's not mine. I have to report myself.
And then you give you a new one?
No, they take it off you. And they give you a piece of paper. You say, I need a receipt for that.
And then when they say, who are you?
Well,
Minister Remover.
I'm Minister on the van, but you can describe me. Do you know the name of the burglar that's just jumped over the wall and run away? Or do you go by description? She was this big, she had this colour hair, her eyes were this colour, she was about this big, this wide, and weighed this amount of kilos. Describe me.
And if you want to use your to cut a job or to work.
What this is, why would you? This isn't about having one foot in the system and one foot out. This is about how do I get out of the system?
Yeah. But how they give you a certificate that you gave this if they don't put a name?
Don't put a name. If you're a burglar, you're no burglar. Let's say I've robbed this shop and I'm running away now. And do they know my name?
No.
No, they describe me, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what he has to do. The policeman has to describe you. Today, on this day, a female species came here with this colour hair, this colour eyes, and she handed in this legal fiction. Here's the log reference number.
Oh.
That's it. And so when you go back to get it and they say, well, what name is it in? Well, the name that I surrendered was this name. Well, have you got any ID? Well, get the policeman who I reported myself to come and he can ID me with whatever you want to call me. I'm the same thing that gave you that piece of paper, aren't I? I'm the same thing that needs the receipt then, aren't I?
They keep some phone number or what?
You just go. It takes them about 24 hours to give you the log reference, depending what day it is and what time you go.
They keep a phone number of you?
No, you don't have to give your phone number.
No, I don't have to give them a phone number.
No, you don't have to give them anything. It's Porito. What's your number? Porito. What's the name of your company? Porito.
Porito.
Where are you rights in? Porito. What's that number plate? Porito. That's their game. All of their system is built on a Porito. So you do the same back to them. I said, now we're just going to click update there and then come out here. Really, it's unlimited credit. We can't put a price on. They're making billions out of you in slave tokens every day that your energy stays in there. So now, here's a creditor ID. Now I'm uploading the amount. So now, whatever I put in that box before on the first tab comes up here. Mm-hmm. And so, but when I put in a few DE, I'll have a drop-down box with a list. It's speaking to the other database now, okay? Mm-hmm. So we're clicking Hellenic Republic. What type of transaction was it? It was a deposit. I deposited my indebted mind into Kindness Credits and they exchanged it. It was a deposit of the slave token value. I did it today. Mm-hmm. And the amount is a lot. You can't really put an amount in there. But what we've said to people is there's 10 million. We can put 10 million in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is a copy then of your taft auditor.
Copy of
So you upload a copy of your taft auditor there. And you click add. And there it is, showing you in Kindness Credits. 1,250,000.
Copy of the old taft auditor?
Yeah.
How you put inside the copy?
Take a photograph so it's saved into your phone, and then when you click there, let's go back again.
You can have it on the downloads on the computer and go to the downloads
Yeah.
and you add it from the downloads.
Yeah, you can do it again. So you take a photograph of your tax and at this point here, when you click there, you'll have your tax to choose from in your finder. You click that and it goes and saves inside your ledger. So if anybody says, have you got a tax auditor? Yeah, I have. Not an original one. I've got a copy of one that the rights are reserved inside this kind of credit account. I can show you that.
The old one.
Yeah. What if it expires? Well, if it expires, does it mean that I'm not that thing anymore? Do you get the Venices? Are you understanding what I'm saying? If I put a photograph of a taft auditor inside there, and somebody says, "Show me your ID," and you open your Kindness Credit account and show them the same photograph of your taft auditor, can they use it?
No. So
What
you
have
show
you
them that
reserved? I used to be this. Oh, on the red paper, it says that. It says I used to be the creditor of this. That's it. That's the truth. And that's why it works. Because the truth is I used to use this name and now I don't. I've got a photograph of what I used to do. And, I came to my senses now. I'm discharging the debt that indebted mind created here in my account. And I can open one for you if you like, Mr. Policeman, so you can go along and do your job instead of persecute people for private corporations for profit instead. Why is it not doing that? So then you would update that. That's going to go into there. And then that goes into the back office. So I'm not going to show you that because that's Polish. And it gets cleared against Hellenic Republic. So whatever you put in there then goes against Hellenic Republic's debt. So today it shows that Hellenic Republic got a credit from your account, your Kindness Credit account. You're making you the secured party creditor for Hellenic Republic because you just discharged 10 million, whatever it was, of slave tokens off their debt.
You can do this many times.
Yes, many times, because every day the debt increases by 1% compounded interest, just like they used to do to you. We're keeping that belief in its own trap with 1% interest every day. So it doesn't matter, 1% interest on 37 quadrillion plus the 10 quadrillion from Her Majesty's government is 47 quadrillion altogether. It's a lot of debt. It's a lot of entries. So this is the Kindness Credit store here. And what you can do is send in your products or services and you can have them on here. People have got their apartments on there, products that people make other than their 5 hours. They put 5 hours of, let's say, soap in, and the rest of it they can exchange on here. And yes, for slave tokens, if people who use slave tokens.
So we can buy here things and we give hours.
You can exchange it for hours, yeah.
Okay, so
Or
I
you
can
can
give the 5 hours of my work.
And you can take away a box of olive oil, alevri, melli, ladi. Yeah.
Well, I'm working on quantum biofeedback, so I do therapies.
So you put that in here.
Can
So
I
this
put-
goes in here. So you go to community, and you've got 3 people there in the community. So it's searching by area. You see at this point. You see. In this account's community, but you can broaden the search. You can go. You can see all. So now you can put in the Kindness Exchange, and you can see what everybody's offering.
From everywhere.
Raw chocolate, yeah, this is everywhere.
This is all the world.
Yeah, these are all the ones that I've managed to have time to put in there and get the accounts back online after they've been off for 7
And they
months.
say the
Look,
the
wanted.
country.
Yeah, wanted. I am seeking for a gas engineer to put a gas meter in. I can give you a spare room, temporary accommodation.
This is in England, or
Yeah, it's all over the world.
where can you see the country?
It's by here. Look, York, England.
England.
Yeah, you can set my postcode.
York.
I need a conveyancer.
The universe, what it is, the universe?
Anywhere. These are offered online.
Ah.
Anywhere, anywhere, anywhere. Anyway,
Universe.
And so on. So you go back to home page.
You have 4 pages of this.
Yeah, because the people, I took the, well, we'd stopped the accounts. The guy who built it, me and he had a big fallout because I didn't believe that we should be putting QR readers on things. And when it came to it, in the end, I had to admit that I was wrong. And we did need a QR reader on it, but not on us, on the products and the documents. So we healed our little rift. I ate some humble pie because I'm not afraid to say I'm wrong when I'm wrong. And we fixed it. So I'm very pleased to say. These are your documents. So that came from behind. Let's go back here. My documents. So where did I go there? There's a button that we haven't talked about yet, which is the gold button that you see, which is Minister Emma Ben. There's another website behind it. In here now, you've got, let's just go back to home page.
You need to show us how we renew the documents for the tests, and
it's done automatically. You don't do anything. It's already, it's all done. So here I click Minister Event and I've got these tabs now. My documents. And behind here, you've got the red paper. So whatever it is that you have sent, given us information of, such as your AFME or that, it's under notice of transfer. Notice if I'm transferring the liabilities, and this is where you find the red paper. So if you lose it, you've got a copy. If anybody needs to forward a copy, we can log in here. It's not populated properly because we haven't got. Oh, it's because it's Greek. There's Greek letters. So this is, we'll have to go back in at the back office and turn the box that populates this part back into Latin letters. We are uploading one for Greek with Greek letters in it. And then you've got your account number.
We use Latin. So.
Well, it's a language of commerce, isn't it?
Yes, but I'm just asking. We can use
you can
Latin.
use, yeah. I mean, that's when they're screaming at me. You need to speak Greek. You're in Greece.
So we put this in this place our name.
You don't. It's when you whatever you've sent over on an email off the website to the assignment of consent. I've been on the website. I've pressed send my information here. Whatever it is that you put in those boxes is what appears here in that document. I've done yours manually.
Yes.
But this is what the computer, this is server is.
We should do it manually?
No? You don't do it.
No.
All you have to do is put your information in the box on the home screen and press send. That's it.
Okay.
But on the Universal Law Community Trust website.
I have to do it again?
No, love. No. I've just got to log into the back office. So whatever you put in this website here, down at the bottom of the home page, these are all the steps. How do I set my consent? Those are the steps of work we've done and how we've got here. And then right here, you've got assignment of consent. You put your legal fiction in there, Mickey Mouse, whatever. Your Proton email address, even though you've got email, it doesn't work properly.
Here we write it in Greek or in English?
It's better in English.
In Latin.
Yeah. In Latin. And your account number that you're retiring from crediting. Then that will appear here. But we've used, when I put the information in manually, I've messed it up. I put Greek letters in.
So
And
we
it's,
put the name, we put αφημία and ταυτότητα.
yeah. Or you can put electricity bill in there, just try it. Then this is kindness credits part. So let's go back. So this is the best bit. This is where you are ministering your own resources. It's like PayPal, but without the tax. So if somebody sends you kindness credits, it'll appear in here as well. You've got, I can send kindness. It'll show a transaction here if I've used it. This is a new account. To send kindness, let's say I've got 10 kindness credits in there, and I want to send 10 kindness credits to another MFN, then I would put in their account number, 2020, sorry, email address. It all works on their email address, sorry. Let's put that in. There it is. I want to send 10 kindness credits. What is it for? It's for travel expenses. And it's 10 kindness credits. What happens there is that there is a debit made against the account.
Yeah.
And in the back office, we get notification that your account, this account number, wants to send to this account number. So the email's got an account number, this amount of kindness credits. And obviously that gets to switch to open, goes from open to succeeded. And this checks to see, is it 10 kindness credits of slave tokens? So is there £80 in this kindness credit account here or not? If there's not, then you can't send kindness credits in this column. But what you can do is you can say, right, you need 10 kindness credits, which is the equivalent of £80. I've got 10 jars of honey instead. I'm offering 10 jars of honey in exchange for somebody else's 10 kindness credits of slavery. And you go to the account that has got the slave tokens in it, and you swap your honey for the money. And the money then goes to whoever it is who wants the money. It can be somebody who's not even in kindness credits. Do you understand that?
So we give items that cost some money.
You give items in here in your community. You're giving your time and your energy. What do you want? What are you offering?
Yeah.
That's the most important account. What if I'm working in a slave system and all I've got is slave tokens? What I'm doing is I'm taking 10% of what I've saved and I put it in the pot each month. Every single one of us does that. And so a small amount of our energy is supporting this. This is how we get to be able to open shops by pooling 10%. Instead of giving now 100%, let's say my overhead is £1,000 a month. I have to pay €1,000 every month back. And I come for everything.
Yeah.
And I come along and I find kindness credits and I say, right, okay, well, I don't need to pay for that. I don't need to pay for that. I don't need to pay for that now. And I'm still doing my job in the system. And what I have to do is create a stepping stone to step out of the system onto using 10% of what I've saved. Okay, so I give 10% to my community. I put it into my kindness credit account. I'll show you that in a minute. I top up, I'm crediting myself with 10% of my energy. And I'm keeping the other 90%. It's in my pocket. I can do what I want with it. So I can go and buy my car, can't I? I can go and pay for it cash. If I haven't put the money into the system, then, you know, I run a business.
So how do you pay your rent here?
With rocks. With rocks.
So
I'll show you
so
the receipt and the
owner
contract.
here is in this
No,
system.
there's a Puritan. That's a Puritan here. Because I can't disclose somebody who's in the trust. I can't disclose that information.
Yeah, I'm asking you because I want to open the shop.
I'm going to show you, but I'm not recording it and for it to go out because it's
yes,
I'm going to show you. the contract, and you'll see how it works.
Okay.
How we've been able to do this is that we're using the 10% of the energy. So we've all put 10% in, and we said, look, we don't want to wait for these people to realize, you know, how the whole of this works. It will take 7 years if we have to teach one by one all of this. So are you all right for us to say, okay, there's 10,000 slave tokens in the pot this week. Can we take 600 a month out of that to pay the rent on a shop somewhere? Is everybody all right with that? Yeah, we can all see the benefit of that. We're making a Porito, it's called a project proposal. Who's going to run the shop with you? What is the shop going to do? What is it for? Why do you want to do it? Who is going to give their 5 hours to this shop? How are you going to keep it open? Are you able to do this, facilitate this? I'm okay with this bit. Okay, we need somebody for this bit, somebody for this bit, somebody for this bit. So you get exactly the right people for the right job in each community, and then you open the shop or you go and restore a building. You don't just go there and stick a flag in the middle of the park and say, it's mine. You have to have a community around you. It's their consent that makes this work. So we can go and say, okay, these people don't have to know anything. I don't have to do it. Let's say I don't have to do anything. I don't have to get involved with their debt or them outstanding loans or whatever. They just wanted slave tokens, let's say. Okay, there you go. There is some of the percent of the 10% that we've saved by doing this. We're a walking exemplification that this works. Otherwise, we would never be able to afford to come here to give you rent for a shop in the middle of a coronavirus. And we wouldn't feel confident about doing it. So that in itself, they're like, do you want to know how it is that I could stand here without a job and be able to pay you 600 euros in your hand for a shop? And you don't have to pay tax on it. Are you interested? Yeah. I'm interested. What is this? What is it you do here? It's an exchange economy. It's a new currency. And so this but it's very old. It's not new. It's your money before the Romans came. You just got to remember how to use it, especially if the Greek people could just get this, off. They'd be finished. And, you know, there were the remnants that they're hanging on to now and completely disappeared. So back to homepage. So let's go here. Excuse me. And this is the forum. This one, we've made this inactive. This is like the Facebook alternative, but we just didn't want people becoming virtual keyboard warriors. We wanted you to go out and actually put the rock in the hands with the people. Go back here. So that can be activated once everybody's done what it is instead of sitting there.
So we have three a moment in Greek, in Greece.
No. Why is it? It's only showing active. Sorry, it's only 3 with CEO with an NCO. So it's showing you all of these.
Oh.
And their contact details.
It's in Greek.
It's everywhere. So you can see in the community. And that's where you would do your exchanges. You put in there for your offers and wants. What is it you want? I'm offering this.
Offers here.
And wanted. Yeah. So everybody can see everything. So behind our
You write also here, or
yeah, you put it in what it is that you want to, what you offered. So let's say community.
And suppose I offer therapies.
Okay.
Oh, okay, to some people.
Yeah.
And let's say I want a car.
Yeah.
Okay, I can exchange therapies for a car.
It's the right of use, isn't it, of the car? Do you need a car or do you need a lift?
I need a car.
What for? You need the right of use of, it's the right of use of something that has the value, not the thing itself. I only need a car if I need to go somewhere.
Yes.
I don't need it, but and that car could be while I'm not using it, somebody else could be using it. So we're pooling our resources. This is taking us back to the Range Rover and the swap. So it's not that I need that shiny thing. I need to get from A to B. I need to convey my energy and matter. What if somebody's given 5 hours of chauffeur services? Do I need to drive through Athens like, oh my God? Or do I need to sit in the back and let somebody else do the oh my God for their 5 hours in exchange for the therapy that I gave
No,
his wife?
it doesn't suit for us. For me to.
So if you want to go and have a car, then you go to the garage and you say, like I just explained to you there in full detail for half an hour before
Yeah.
now.
How
You
much
go
do
to
you?
the garage. How much do you want for your car? I want 50 grand. Okay, what are you going to do with that money? I'm going to spend it on gas and I'm going to spend it on electricity and debt. And I've got all of this and I need 10 more of you to pay my overheads every week, each month, each year. Okay, I'm going to give you and extend my kindness credit account to you to be able to use. So do you want this piece of paper that's worth 50,000 slave tokens? Or do you want this piece of paper that's worth all of your liabilities discharged for the rest of your life? It's not about 50 grand, it's about meeting you at the mind, relieving you of your indebted
We
mindset.
need to do the contact with the people that have all the debts. Okay.
Just everybody's got a debt.
Yeah, but it's only that on the system.
No, the debt is to the universe. You are settling the universal ledger here.
I mean, debts everybody has to the banks, to the electricity, to
If I've got
the.
a company, if I've opened a shop, if I've got a garage, if I'm a plumber, if I'm using legal fiction, if I've got a car, if I have a child, I've created a debt.
Yes, of course.
Everything is a debt, a liability. That's what you're breaking the chain of. And the minute that you do it, the minute that you break your chain, that's it. Everybody who's associated with you and everybody who's going to interact with you in the future, their chain's broken as well.
We can say, okay, for the rest of your life, you don't pay electricity, you don't pay
You should
taxes.
never have been paying it in the first place,
anything.
should you? All I'm doing is sharing the truth with you. Now I've set you free by sharing the truth with you. What did I really give you? 5 hours of my energy, clean. Nobody paid me to say these things to you. You didn't pay me to say these things to you. Why did I do it? Because it made me feel good. And I know that there is absolutely no point in knowing all this and not sharing it. What are you immediately, the one with the open hands? So you're giving that into the community can't help to respond. So if it might not come from your immediate community, let's say when I started doing this, it was one. I didn't have somebody to go and sit with and say, can you tell me what to do next? No. So there's no real thing that you need to do because it's already been done for you. All you've got to know how is which tab is it that I press here to discharge my own liabilities that I was going to create for a system of slavery, really. And so let's say I want to, I've gone into a garage and I've said to the guy, look, I want that car over there. You want 50 grand. You think you need 50 grand for all of those things that you've just written down there on the back of the kindness credit note, which is the kindness credit claim form at that point. Write all your liabilities down. What goes out is the financial logic now. You're making him compartmentalize. Where does my energy go? What is it worth? How many customers do I need? Most people don't even do that. How many people, how many hours of slavery is that? How many hours is that you don't get back with looking after your children or spending time or being on holiday? Where is the creational part that you came here to do in that 55 hours of slavery for 40% of your energy for 40 years of your life? For what? To feed the pharmaceutical industry. That's what you call reality. No, I'm going to explain that. Give us all of that. You think that you've got 50 grand to cover. That's why your car's 50 grand. What if we knocked off your electricity? How much would it be then? Okay, I spend 10 grand a year in electricity. I need to sell 10 cars. So let's call it £1,000. Okay, and do you knock it off? And what about if I took away your license, your insurance, the KEP, the RDA, whatever it is, the FEC, the in all of the crayons, what wrote it all down. Now, how much do you really get in your pocket? Well, out of 50 grand, I keep 500 quid, 10%, 1%, 5%. It's not, it's not even rocks, mate. Okay, so then what you do is you go and you buy your clothes, you pay your tax, you take your Wi-Fi, you've got to go and buy your QR reader, you've got to have all of your tests, How much do you actually keep? 50 euros. Well, you did all of that for 50 euros. Okay, so let's park really how much that car in that system is worth to you there. Do you agree with me that you keep 50 euros out of all of that? Yeah. Where is the other 49,950 gone into the system? And they have created times 10 to the power of 10 in their fiat currency in debt because we didn't do this before now. So I've got all of my share in the planet and its resources that was implied to be mine inside another accounting system. That's going to discharge all of those things that you've just written down there. You're going to put, I'm going to create an account for you now. Where has it gone? So you go into Minister Kindness, which is by ministering them. And you click create account. Oh, let's try another window. That's where we smashed orbit energy out of orbit. Dissolve that. Let's come out now. So, Minister, oh, sorry, that's Minister Kindness, press the wrong button. So I'm now ministering kindness. What is it? It's not money. It's not food. I haven't got anything. I don't create anything. I haven't got anything, but I just took the time to learn this. So I've got this to share. Really what I'm doing is I'm using her mind standing surety to me. So I don't even know really what it is that I'm doing. I've just been on the website and now I've got a bill back from DE and it says Catholici Perisias, and I haven't paid them for 3 years. I feel confident now that it works. So I can come and tell you, this is how it works. I've got my number plates in my car. I only understand that bit. And I want somebody to check my car every year. And I might want to buy a new one. Where am I going to go first? Garage. Go speak to the guy with the garage. So it's been doing this all night, hasn't it? Minister Exchange. Oh, I've done it again. I'm looking for a little tab that says create. Oh, I'm in admin, that's why. Why am I in admin? Oh, no, it's wrong. Kicks me off mine. Kicks me off my own, put me on admin as well. So now I'm going to create somebody else. I've been in the garage. The guy said, right, okay, if you can make all of those bills disappear, I'm going to give you the right of use of that car because it's worth 10 customers like you every year. If this works, then in 10 years, I've saved all of that money. That's how much your car's really worth, but not just for you, for your children, because your children don't inherit your debtor's mind. That's the point of this. So if we do come around again, like we're talking about, what happens next? We come around again. But we inherit something different at this point because we created something different. So the account location, where is it? It's Athens. It's the guy with the garage. This is his email. Give us your email address. I'll do it right here and now
His
for you.
email?
Yeah, so you put his email address in there. What is it that he does? Is he garage? He fixes cars and he also got some olive oil. That's the last name that he's got, he's been using. If he doesn't feel comfortable at this point giving you his ID to have no problem. You can use the AFME of the company. He's happy to give you that.
Okay.
You click add there and he then gets an email. It won't do it because we haven't put these stars in here. What happens is then you click that goes in. Let's do one and I'll delete it. Let's just put no, well, I have to put a real email in. That's to stop
Put mine.
that. I can't. You've already got one.
My other email.
Put your other email in there.
Renew that the 3D.
G
Renew RINIO that the 3D. Papaki gmail.com.
It going out. If you keep getting, you have to take out search. Look, so now it's gone to pending. That sends me an alert and it says that this account number has created another account. This is a temporary account. It tells that the creator was this account. This is the assignment date. We haven't put that in there because we haven't done the assignment yet. We haven't accepted it as pending. If everything checks out at that end, then that is switched then to open and they get an account. You can do the transaction at this point now on paper. So you would take a kindness credit note and you would write pay his kindness credit temporary account number, this amount, whatever it is. What am I paying? Give me your bills. How much do they all work out? How much is it that you, the guy from the garage has written on the back of the promissory note? How much are your charges each year? 50 grand, 60 grand, whatever it is. Pay that amount. So you're telling your account, you're now recording it on paper. What's going on in the background here is that you're telling your account to stand surety to this amount of credit, which is his debt that he's put. So let's say he's put 50 grand on there for 10 years, he's put 500,000. Pay this account 500,000 worth of slave tokens worth of kindness credits from my account. And you're going to put your thumbprint on there or whatever you want. This is your money. This is your promissory note. So this also acts as a bill of exchange now at this point. You give him that. That's at that point it's an apodixie and a bill of exchange, which is what an apodixie is. It was never supposed to be money. It was just supposed to be a record that this was swapped for that by him to her. That was it. And obviously all of this came from the back of the definitions of what that was. Because you're not using that money now, that exchange, the business immediately is free. He's a tax haven because he's accepted that. He writes in his book, in his ledger book, one BMW 4x4, 50,000 slave tokens worth of kindness credits, or 500,000 slave tokens worth of kindness credit.
How they say this garage owner